Hello there, and thanks for joining. This is the Juggling HIIT class. We have 20 rounds, 40 seconds of action with 20 seconds of rest each round, and we'll be focusing on all of the components from the juggling flow, which is the sprinter forward lunge snatch to the pivot, into a lateral clean, all the way into the overhead rotation with our 3 flips, 2 on your dominant hand, 1 on your non-dominant side, and ending in rack. So you'll need a kettlebell, just one. I'm using my light fun play bell. This is a 6-kilo bell. You'll make sure that you're on a nice soft surface and that you have your own music and you turn it way up. Let's begin our warm-up with elbow circles. Make 2 fists and roll your circles in one direction. Circles in the other direction. And turn it into a torso rotation where your hips turn, your arms slap against the sides of your body, your feet pivot to allow your knees and hips to rotate. Over the shoulder, one arm behind the head and one arm in front of the chest. Arm circles, one arm backwards or forwards. You're going to do 8 circles in each direction. Change direction. And then switch arms. 8 circles back, and then 8 circles forward. Bending into your knees, keeping your belly braced, allowing blood pull to the fingertips. Hip circles. Place your hands on your hips and make circles in one direction, including your torso, planting your feet. Feet are wider than hip distance apart. Change direction, circles the other way. Big circles with your left leg up and over, stirring your femur in your hip socket. And circles with the other leg. Groin stretch. Step your feet extra wide apart, pry your thighs open, press against the inside of the thigh. Pivot. Sink your hips into a squat. Pivot and turn into a lunge to the right and a lunge to the left. Pivoting on the ball of your foot, dropping your knee. Stacking the shoulders over the hips and staying low. Shake it out. Your warm-up is over. Let's get ready. Bring your bell forward, in between your feet. Our first round, round 1, alternate hand exchange. This is a swing. Modification is a 2-handed swing, but your goal is to switch hands in between each. We start in 5 seconds. You're in position. Round 1, alternate hand exchange. Option for a 2-handed swing. Find weightlessness at the top as you switch hands. Again, your switch is on the way up, where the bell is weightless. Your goal is to get the weightlessness or the hover at forehead height. You can keep handlebar north and south, which is vertical, or east and west, which is horizontal. Each time the bell goes through the groin, it's close to the inner thighs, your wrists up against your pubic bone. Lats engage as you bow, keeping the chest open. Nice job. Round 2, press. From the overhead position, back down to rack. Five seconds to start. In position. Round 2, press. From rack position, exhale, press overhead. From overhead position, exhale down to rack. Option, no knee bend, strict press. Your elbow moves forward on the way up and forward on the way down. Move quickly, try to fit more in. Five seconds. Nice job. Round 3, press on the other arm. 10 seconds. In position. Round 3, press on the other side. Overhead position and back to rack. Exhale to push and exhale down to rack. Elbow moves forward on the way up and forward on the way down. Your overhead position, bicep by ear. Rack position, elbow hugs rib cage. Try to pick up the pace and do as many as you can. This is your light weight. This should be relatively easy and you're going for the number of reps. Five seconds. Keep up the pace. Nice job. Round 4, snatch down. This is our half snatch down. You'll be starting from rack, you'll press it overhead, you'll do the snatch dismount back into rack. 5 seconds. Round 4, half snatch down. From the overhead position, swing down between the legs, rack it, press it, and dismount. If you're not familiar with half snatch down, then you haven't taken any of the juggling series, and you haven't taken the snatch series, which means you probably need to do that first. You're halfway there. Remember to catch in the meat hook, resist over gripping and tearing your hands. Push them out. Nice job. Round 5, snatch down on the other side. You'll switch hands. From rack, you'll press it, you'll swing down between the legs, back to rack, press, and snatch dismount. 5 seconds. Get into position. Round 5, half snatch down. From rack, press, snatch dismount, into rack, and repeat. Your goal is to do as many as you can as fast as you can. This is your lightest weight. This should be relatively easy. Your snatch dismount has the destabilization of the hip pivot, catching in the meat hook, resisting over gripping, and tearing your calluses. Five seconds left. Push them out. Nice job. Round 6, windmill. From the overhead position, keeping both legs straight, find ankle with hand, or modify by bending both knees and forearm on the thigh for overhead rotation. You're in position. Press it overhead and hold it on the left side. Eyes look up, both legs straight. Shift the weight into the left leg. Right hand finds right ankle. Eyes look up the whole time. If you're not familiar with this, then I highly recommend you taking the actual Windmill series. Halfway there. Be mindful overhead during the rotation. Eyes look up. Almost done. Nice job. Round 7, windmill on the other side. Remember, your modification is the overhead rotation where you bend both knees. 10 seconds. In position. 5 seconds. Begin. Press it overhead on the right side. Send the weight into the right leg. Left hand traces down your thigh, reaching the ankle. Eyes look up the entire rotation. Modification, bend both knees and bring left forearm to left thigh. Halfway there. Five seconds left. Nice job. Round 8, jump jacks. Nice and easy. You can modify with a toe tap and elbows wide, or you can hop feet apart and hop feet together. 5 seconds. Keep your breath steady and slow. Open the mouth and breathe through your lips. You're on the balls of your feet the whole time. Can you reach your hands overhead and touch overhead? Round 9, hover. You'll go hover for a horizontal and a vertical position, switching in between the two each swing. 5 seconds. Swing to forehead height. Transition the handlebar north and south and east and west, vertical and horizontal. Your hand pulls back. You find the hover, building confidence and trust in the timing of the bell. Alternating between vertical hover and horizontal hover. Each time the bell goes through the legs, it's close to the groin, your lats engage, you squeeze the space between your shoulder blades, and you keep your chest open. You're almost there. Nice job. Round 10, hover on the other side. Switch between horizontal and vertical each time. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Begin. Keep the bell closer to your personal space, bending the elbow. Elbow goes wide to the side. The bell travels vertically. That's how you get hover. You have to control the trajectory of the bell by keeping your lats engaged, your shoulder blades squeezed behind you, your chest broad. 5 seconds left. Nice job. Round 11, sprinter snatch. From your sprinter stance, forward lunge, bell goes into the overhead position. This is a half snatch up from the floor. 5 seconds. With your right foot forward, left hand on bell, left leg steps forward to the lunge, back to rack and reset. Remember, the bell starts behind your heel on the front foot. This allows you to deepen that back swing so you have enough momentum on the forward step to get it overhead. If you're not familiar with the sprinter snatch, I highly recommend you stopping the video and taking the sprinter snatch series. All of these movements are prerequisites before completing the juggling series. Round 12, sprinter snatch on the other side. Left leg will be forward and right hand on bell. 5 seconds. In position. Left leg forward, right hand on bell, right leg forward step lunges, and reset. Each time you reset, the bell starts slightly behind your forward heel. Big, powerful drive through your front leg, hamstring and glute. Belly braced the entire time. Can you do a few more? Almost there. Nice job. Round 13, pivot in the overhead position. Starting from a sumo squat, pivot lunge on right, back to the squat, pivot lunge on left. The bell will be overhead the entire time. 5 seconds. Begin. From your overhead position, find your wide stance. Sink into your squat, lift the inner arches by gripping the floor with the toes. Pivoting right and left, staying low. Bicep by ear. Your shoulder is building in stability with a little bit of motion here. So you may feel wobbly, but you're building in that stabilizer strength. 5 seconds left. Quads will start to feel it now. Keep going. Nice job. Round 14, pivot in the overhead position on the other side. 10 seconds. 5. Begin. From your overhead position, find your sumo squat, pivot to one side, back to the sumo squat and pivot to the other side. The sumo squat happens in between each time. Inner thighs, hamstrings, glutes, and quads all working hard. You have 5 seconds left. Finish it. Nice job. Round 15, over flip. This is a horizontal handlebar position. The handlebar flips over towards the sky. 5 seconds. Keeping the handlebar east and west in the horizontal position, you can find a pause and swing in between each flip, or just do consecutive flips. Remember, you use your thumb to kick the handlebar towards the sky. The handlebar rotates around and just finds its way into your fingers. Keep in mind you're on a soft surface, so if you have to drop the bell, quick feet are happy feet, you just back away from it. Don't try to overextend and save it. Almost there. Nice job. Round 16, overflip on the other side. This is probably going to be your non-dominant side. Your overflip handlebar is east and west horizontal. And if you do have to bail, just let it fall. Start with a couple hovers first to find your rhythm. And when you're confident, begin your flip. Use your thumb to push the handlebar up towards the sky. The handlebar rotates around and handlebar finds fingertips. If this is your non-dominant side, remember the bell needs to stay inside your personal space. If it gets too far away, you'll have to overreach to catch it, and it's best if you just let it fall. Nice job. Round 17, side flip. Handlebar is vertical. Side flip goes east and west. You'll start with your left hand. You'll kick the handlebar to the left side. Handlebar is vertical. Start with a couple hovers, and then use your thumb to push the handlebar towards the left. You're swinging with your left hand. The flip rotates to the left. Can you do consecutive flips? If not, then go ahead and do a reset swing in between. If you do lose it, go ahead and let it fall. Resist trying to reach for it. Almost there. Nice job. Round 18, side flip on the other hand. This might be your non-dominant side, in which case you'll have to just step back rather than overreaching for it. You have 10 seconds. In position. Handlebar is north and south, vertical position. Do a reset swing in between each if you need to. You're swinging on your right hand. Your thumb pushes the handlebar to the right side. Keep the bell close to your personal space. If it falls too far out away from you, let it fall. 5 seconds. Nice job. Round 19, juggling flow on your dominant side. This is where we put it all together. If you're not familiar with the juggling flow, you need to take the Juggling Advanced class. Starting non-dominant side, forward step lunge to the overhead snatch. Pivot, overhead squat. Lateral clean dismount, switch hands, overhead rotation. Snatch dismount, vertical flip or side flip, and then an over flip. Reset swing in between if you need it. Flip and switch hands. Oh, if you drop it, that's okay. Pick it up where you left off, ending in rack. Round 20, juggling flow on your dominant side. Or non-dominant. It should be just the other side. 10 seconds. In position. Forward step lunge snatch. Overhead squat. Lateral clean dismount, switch hands, overhead rotation. Stand tall snatch dismount. Flip, over flip, flip and switch hands, flip, and rack position. If you have enough time, start again. Do a second set. If you're halfway through your flow, finish it. Nice job. All right. Your 20-round HIIT class is over. It's time for our recovery. Give yourself a hand if you were able to complete the whole thing. That is amazing. Start with a torso rotation. Windshield wipe your arms across your chest. Let your hips turn, your feet pivot, and your arms are going to slap against the sides of your body. If you want a longer, fuller recovery, I highly recommend you taking the Juggling Stretch class. It's a 20-minute class specific for this. Deltoid stretch. Left arm crosses in front of the body, right elbow hooks it and pulls in. Tricep stretch. Left hand to the sky, catch the top of the elbow, chin up, rib cage in. Trap stretch. Left hand behind your back, grab your wrist with your right hand, bring your right ear to your right shoulder, your chin to your right shoulder, right ear to right shoulder, and transition between two positions. Release your arms, deltoid stretch on the other side. Right arm and crosses in front of the chest, left elbow hooks. Stretch the right side deltoid. Turn it into a tricep stretch. Right elbow to the sky, catch the top of the elbow, lift the chin, rib cage in. Trap stretch. Right hand reaches behind your back. Catch the wrist with your left hand. Pull the right elbow close and drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And on your exhale, chin to the left shoulder. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And exhale, chin to shoulder. Release your arms, shake it out, make prayer hands, fingertips to the sky, and then drop fingertips down towards your heart. And press the fingertips away and then turn them towards you, stretching out the forearms. Rub your forearms together, massaging here these muscles that use to grip. And you're all set. Thank you for joining me. This was a challenging HIIT class. Feel proud and good about what you accomplished, and I'll see you in the next one.